And I want to welcome you into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. I'm Alex Napoles, he's Brian Brown, and we're here at Mountain Ridge High School. It's a 6A matchup between the Sentinels as they get ready to take on the Lehi Pioneers. Ball kicked away by the Sentinels, and we'll have our chance to see this Pioneer offense for the first time tonight, Brian.
Yeah, an exciting offense for Lehi, led by Devon Eka and Legend Glasker, the two superstar athletes. Glasker, of course, committed to BYU. Eka still uncommitted, but they should be here to put on a show tonight against a inexperienced but talented Mountain Ridge defense.
It'll be the Lehi Pioneers in the white with the purple pants, and the Sentinels in their home red with the white helmets. Hollingshead will take the snap. He'll hand it off to Eka. And it gets the pass off over the top. It's caught, and it's complete. A pass there for Britton Yu.
Yeah, nice little RPO to start things out. And Coach Andy Hadfield carrying over a lot of the same offensive principles from his predecessor, Ed Larson, in his first year. I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight, Alex, because this Mountain Ridge defense really has to respect the run game and Devon Eka.
Here comes a first down for the Lehi Pioneers. Hollingshead, this time will hand it off to Eka. Eka trying to find some room out to his left, and he's going to be met by Sentinels and wrestled down.
Yeah, great job there by number 99 for Mountain Ridge of setting the edge. Big number Jackson Brown, 6 foot 240, doing a great job out there. Actually coming from the nose guard position almost. Force that play to the outside where he had the help, and Eka not able to break it for a big gain. Nevertheless, Lehi still sits with second and about 7, second 8.
Second down here for the Lehi Pioneers. Hollingshead lined up in the shotgun. Eka in the backfield. Two receivers lined up to the far side. Hollingshead will drop back. Looking to go deep over the top, and it's incomplete. Pass intended there for number 6, Legend Glasker, but it hits the turf, incomplete on second down.
Yeah, and a wipe of the brow for Mountain Ridge there as Legend Glasker had his man beat. Hollingshead just not able to complete the pass. One of those things where it's an early throw. You want to try and get your quarterback into rhythm, get him some confidence, maybe take a shot. It's a good time to do that on second down, especially with how prolific this Lehi offense can be. Just not able to make the connection.
Last week, Glasker, how about this, Brian? 4 catches, 90 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Great way to start the season for Glasker.
Yeah, that's a pretty good ratio of catches to touchdowns there. Legend Glasker, Lehi had no trouble with Maple Mountain last week.
Prior to the snap, a timeout taken. This one taken by the Lehi Pioneers as an early timeout here in the first quarter.
And not sure if the play clock was winding down or if they didn't have the right personnel on that one. Our view of the clock is a little obscure. So there's a goalpost right in the way there. Regardless, early kind of bumpiness here from this Lehi Pioneers offense. We've only seen one handoff to Devon Eka. They've tried to come out throwing the football, maybe trying to establish some dominance in the air first and put a little extra worry and concern into this young Mountain Ridge defense.
Want to remind you that Mountain Ridge football broadcasts here on the Rewind Sports Network are brought to you by TJ Olson Insurance. Mountain Ridge football is proud to be backed by TJ Olson Insurance. They're more than an insurance company. They're a true part of our community. Thanks to TJ Olson Insurance for supporting our team and helping make this season a success.
Got a big 3rd and 7 here. Pioneers line up.
Third down coming up here for the Pioneers. As Hollingshead lined up in the shotgun. There's a snap, drops back. Again, looking to get the ball off. Goes off, and it falls incomplete on 3rd down. Ball intended for Lattimore. And we have a flag behind the play.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be holding, and you can see Hollingshead had all day to throw. This Lehi offensive line, Alex, averages just a hair under 300 pounds. It's an enormous front. true collegiate size for this group. But at that point in time, you've got to move your feet. You've got to play the man. Can't be grabby with it. And Lehi gets the penalty after the incompletion, so it was all for naught anyways, and we're going to get a punt.
Real quick, want to take this time to remind you that the clock you see on the screen is an unofficial clock. We'll, of course, try to keep the clock lined up with the stadium clock as much as we can as this ball's punted away by Hammond. And it'll hit near the 40. Gets a friendly roll there for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. And now we'll have a chance here to see this Sentinel offense for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it's an offense that's led by a new starter at quarterback, Alex. But I think the real story for this group is Titan DeYoung, the talented wide receiver, just a junior, but already garnering attention from multiple collegiate programs. And I think this Mountain Ridge offensive unit will have something to prove. Nick Robbins, of course, being an offensive coordinator at his previous stop. They're going to look to come out and light a fire, I think.
It's a great mention there, Brian, as both teams coming in with first-year head coaches. You have Nick Robbins on the home sideline, and then you have Satterfield on that visiting sideline. Run up the middle. Good gain there for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Gets about 5 on the carry. And it brings up second down.
Yeah, good initial gain. It was just an attacking in the middle of that Lehi defense. And I don't know that there's necessarily a weakness of this Lehi defense, but an interesting choice to attack there early on and try and set a tone.
Second down coming up here for the Sentinels as Hunt line up in the shotgun. Ashton Gates in the backfield sends the receiver in motion. Hunt will take the snap. Handoff again. Just straight up the middle by number 30, Ashton Gates.
Yeah, just a simple zone read play there where you see Hunt try to read the defender, hands off to Gates. He's able to kick it to the left side there, pick up a few yards, and most importantly, I think it puts Mountain Ridge into a very manageable third, and I guess we'll call it third and brown bear. We're about third and 4, third and 5 here. They're not really a firm definition of what's average, but...
Ball on the 50. Here for Hunt as he gets the Lehi defense biting. It'll be a flag, and it'll be a first down Sentinels.
And if we'd had a full pregame program, like you do on NFL Sundays, we might have talked about how this is a veteran returning squad for Lehi, has a ton of experience, been to the playoffs, been run deep in the playoffs, state championship contenders for multiple years, winning 2 years ago against a very young in transition Mountain Ridge program. If they can make Lehi make some mistakes, this is going to allow Mountain Ridge to really jump out here.
Hunt drops back, gets it out, caught, and now here's an opportunity for the Sentinels as he's wrestled down. It looks like that was Caden Runyon on the catch.
Yeah, Runyon, a guy that we got an opportunity to see a lot of last year. So it looked like that was Mason Gomez, I believe, on the catch, but regardless, Gomez, a young newcomer, or a senior not a newcomer, senior, been in this program for a while. Have to believe that this system that Nick Robbins has brought in is going to benefit him. He's able to pick up the first down on that one.
Another first down here brought to you by TJ Olson Insurance. Every Mountain Ridge first down this season brought to you by TJ Olson. Hunt will hand it off to Gates. Gates up the middle, this time met by a swarm of Pioneers and brought down. Maybe 2 on the game there, Brian, on first down.
Yeah, and for people who are watching at home wondering why is Mountain Ridge able to get so much push early on, Lehi's using an odd front defense. It means they have a nose guard in there, allows this offensive line to get more double teams, potentially get more push. They're coming out and being aggressive. That's allowing them to pick up 3 to 4 yards on every rush.
Second down coming up here. Ball on the 23-yard line for the Sentinels. Hunt again with the hard count. We'll see what the call is here. It's going against Lehi. It's twice this drive.
Just simple mental mistakes for Lehi. This is going to be a game of how sharp can we be? How dedicated are we to doing the little things and being a great program? Mountain Ridge is not intimidated at all by this Lehi team. This is a great coaching staff, and while it's a new staff to Mountain Ridge, they have a lot of experience here at a variety of different positions. They're going to come out and fight.
Second down coming up here. Hunt lined up in the shotgun. Gates in the backfield. Receiver in motion. Motion there is Cunningham. Another handoff straight up the middle to Gates, and Gates gets a nice push. And we'll see where the spot is, but that should be enough for the first down, and a late flag coming out.
Extracurriculars after the first down, but it's a great call by Nick Robbins there as he's mixing up zone read and RPO here early on, trying to keep that Lehi defense off balance a little bit, but sticking primarily with the run threat. I'm sure that Lehi probably thought they're going to come out and throw the ball, so a little bit of a change up there from Coach Robbins and his staff. We'll wait and see for the signal here, but I think this one goes against Mountain Ridge, unfortunately.
That's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on your Sentinels.
Unsportsmanlike going here against the Sentinels. And that one's unfortunate, Brian. They were moving the ball down the field so well, and this one's going to put them behind the chains.
And so actually with that one, with the dead ball foul, they will have picked up the first down, but it's going to move them back 15 yards. So they have 1st and 10. It's going to be from the 30-yard line, though. And that's the bigger thing right here for Mountain Ridge, where you were threatening and you had momentum. Now you're giving Lehi a chance to catch their breath and potentially make a play.
Empty backfield coming up here for Jackson Hunt. The junior quarterback takes the snap. He'll drop back. Pressure coming. Gets it out. It's caught by Gomez. Gomez there going to be wrestled down past the 15. But a huge play on first down by Jackson Hunt.
Yeah, we talked about Titan DeYoung at the start of the game, but I apologize, Mason Gomez. I was not familiar with your game. 2 receptions in a row. Both receptions moving the chains. Gets back to 15 yards. Puts Mountain Ridge right inside the 20 and an opportunity to go in and get 6.
Inside the red zone, here come the Sentinels. Jackson Hunt with Gates in the backfield. Receiver goes in motion. That's Cunningham. Hunt hands it off to Gates. Gates bounces out to the left. Gates trying to find some space, and he's going to be wrestled down. Nice tackle there made by Vincent Evans for the Pioneers.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Look, Mountain Ridge is able to get 2 guys on a guy, able to get hats on a helmet, and create just enough space for Gates to get outside. But that Lehi defense is closing so fast, Alex, it's not allowing him any more than 4 or 5 yards. But right now, Coach Nick Robbins and his staff are going to take that all day.
5:45 left to go here in the first quarter. Still tied at 0-0. Sentinels knocking on the end zone, trying to find the first touchdown of the game. Change the play here prior to the snap as Hunt looking over to the sideline at his coaching staff. 2nd down for the Sentinels. Hunt lined up in the shotgun. Gates in the backfield. Cunningham goes in motion. Prior to, we'll have a stoppage in play. It's going to be a delay game.
And that's one that, Jackson Hunt being just a junior, we've seen already he's able to do a variety of things. Great ball thrower, able to run the ball as well. But it's one of those inexperienced things. It's only his 2nd game starting as a quarterback at the varsity level. Got to be aware of the play clock.
Here on 2nd down, Hunt with a big run up the middle and brought down by the Pioneer defense. It was Murphy Madsen there with the stop, but Jackson Hunt with a big run.
Yeah, just as I talked about, Jackson Hunt can do both. Throwing, running, gets a big gain there. Able to put Mountain Ridge into 3rd and short position here. They have to pick up this first down right now if they want to get a touchdown one way or another.
Ball on the 9-yard line here for the home side. They need 3 for the first down. We'll see if Hunt goes for the end zone on 3rd or if they try to get that first. Hunt drops back, looking for the end zone, and it is batted away. Pass intended for Gomez, but a huge play by the Pioneers defensively on 3rd down.
It's a nice job by the defensive back there in coverage for Lehi. He's able to get a hand on the ball and deflect it away from Gomez, but we've seen early on Jackson Hunt and Gomez have a bit of chemistry going, Alex. Now 4th down, it looks like Mountain Ridge is going to go for this. A gutsy call here early on from Coach Robbins.
Zach Ofisa coming in here for the Sentinels. Hunt in the shotgun. 2 receivers lined up to the far side, 1 on the near side. Cunningham goes in motion. Hunt again with the hard count, trying to get them to jump, and they do.
It's an offsides again. Wasn't much movement, but again, there is no neutral zone infraction like at the upper levels where you can get into the neutral zone and get back. As soon as you cross at the high school level, that's it. And I'll tell you what,
Ball placed at the 4-yard line.
Jackson Hunt has done a great job with his cadence tonight.
Third time this drive alone. We're in the first quarter 3 times already. Jackson Hunt catching this Lehi defense. Sets up a first down inside the red zone. Hunt will hand it off to Ofisa. No, Hunt keeps. The pass is out. It's caught, and it's a touchdown. Graydon Dumas brings it in, and the Sentinels take a lead. And now we'll have a chance here at the PAT. Out comes the kicker, Aiden Robinson. Hunt holding. Prior to, we'll have the flags come out.
A lot of flags early on in this one, Alex. Officials just wanting to feel a little extra love and positivity from the crew, I think.
We'll have another go here at the kick. Another offside called. And Robinson now with the kick for the PAT. Ball snap, the kick is up, the kick is blocked! The kick is blocked, the PAT is no good as Trayson Fabrizio coming up with the block.
But just a great show of heart there from the Lehi defense. Allowed an early score, took a few licks, stood up there, blocked the PAT, and still allowed the touchdown. But you love that kind of a response. There's a special teams coach that I used to know and love. He used to say, special teams after you get scored on, you have to show them where your heart is. And right there, the Lehi Pioneers showed where their heart is. They're still in this game and ready to fight.
Lehi football on the Rewind Sports Network is brought to you by Advanced Orthopedics. Advanced Orthopedics are the official team doctors and medical providers for Lehi Athletics. Advanced Orthopedics has been bringing collegiate-level care to the community for over 10 years. They focus on both surgical and non-operative treatments for patients and athletes of all ages and skill levels. Go to advancedutah.com to learn what they can do to help you feel better. Ball booted away by Robbins, as that one goes out. It'll be a flag here, and the ball will come back for the Lehi Pioneers.
I got to close the window before I record because New York will not be quiet. The ball will come out to the 35-yard.
Bit of a disconnected start here for both teams, Alex, as we've seen multiple mistakes. Kind of, first week of school. Last week was all about, it is the first week of football. This week is talking to me about first week of school. I think everybody's a little worn out.
Still trying to shake the rust off.
Exactly.
Here comes the Hollingshead for his second drive of the night, and we'll see if the Pioneers can answer the previous score from the Sentinels. Hollingshead will take the snap. Gets it out. Ball caught. And he'll be brought down right at the sticks. No gain there for the Pioneers, as it looks like that was a catch made by Lattimore.
And if you're Lehi, you came into this game with the expectation to win. Now you've given that Mountain Ridge team, not just offensively, but defensively, a little bit of life. And you can see that extra aggressiveness from this defense as they're flying to the football immediately.
2 receivers lined up to the near side for Hollingshead here on second down for the Pioneers. Hollingshead will hand it off to Ika. Ika met at the line, maybe a yard on the game, but the Sentinels defense coming up big.
Bringing up third down and 9.
Yeah, nice job by, it looked like it was Caden Runyon who came in there. So we have a player down here for Mountain Ridge. I believe this is just going to be a cramp as reaching for his toe, trying to stretch that one out. But great job so far by this Mountain Ridge defense. 2 plays, 2 big stops, only a yard gained here as we wait for things to resolve with the player who's on the ground. Not exactly how I expected this game to go early on, Alex. 2 teams that I thought had very different opening weeks. Had to expect that Mountain Ridge was going to come out and be fiery, be aggressive. They've done all that, right? But I think what's really impressed me is the physicality that they're playing with early on at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Ricochet ice cream.
And for the Lehi Pioneers, they had a very successful week last week. Maple Mountain just absolutely putting on a show offensively. They have struggled a little bit. For a high school team, going on the road is an hour or 2 hour long bus ride at most for the most part. Unless you're Corner Canyon, then you decided to fly to Florida. But
good to see one of the anchors and one of the leaders on this defensive line as number 99, Jackson Brown, making his way back to the sideline. Good to see him back up on his feet as we get ready for third down. Hollingshead takes the snap, drops back, gets it out quick, and it's over the head of Legend Glasgow, and it falls incomplete.
I was watching a clip with Nick Saban. He said, when you need a big play, you have to find your go-to players, and that's exactly what Hollingshead was trying to do. Find his man in Legend Glasgow, ball just a little bit over his head. And that is a critical 3 and out for this Mountain Ridge defense. An absolutely massive stand there.
Fourth down here for the Pioneers as they'll punt this one away. Coming in to punt here is Bodie Hammond.
And our cheerleaders and student section.
Hammond, low snap, but gets this one away. Bounces at the 30. A friendly roll there for the Sentinels and fielded at the 35.
35-yard line. That'll be a Sentinel.
Yeah, that's a real epitome of an end-over-ender. It's almost like a fidget spinner the way it was spinning in the air there. Takes a terrible kick for Lehi, but a good positive movement for Mountain Ridge here. Now the Sentinels are going to come out with great field position there at the 35-yard line. 3 and out, so that Lehi defense has not had a ton of time to rest. Again, it is hot outside. It's been humid all week. This is a great opportunity for this Mountain Ridge offense to go down and get a score and possibly go ahead up 2. 2 scores. 2 touchdowns. Who knows? This is why we're here. Find it all out.
Here comes a first down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Jackson Hunt leading his troops out onto the fields for their second drive of the night. Dumas in motion. Hunt misses the snap. The ball is loose, but we do have flags. And that might have saved the Sentinels there.
Yeah, it's a rare circumstance where a false start or early movement actually goes in your favor if you're on offense. But on that one, the ball literally looked like it almost jumped right out of Hunt's hands at the snap. Very bizarre situation, but obviously the Sentinels are going to take this penalty and try and catch a breath. Meanwhile, for Lehi, that's an early nice start as they're able to push that offense back 5 yards.
15 yards to go here on first down. Ball on the 30, 3:17 left. The Sentinels up 6-0. Jackson Hunt getting his offense set here for first down. Hunt in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He drops back. Gets it out to Dumas. Dumas up to the 40. Met by Pioneers, and he'll be wrestled down. Big play there by Dumas to get some of that yardage back.
Yeah, almost a 10-yard gain on that one. Great job by Dumas to secure the catch, turn upfield. Tries to get a little extra yardage by cutting back inside, but there are plenty of Lehi defenders there to stop him and tackle him before he's able to pick up the first down. But the big thing, Alex, here, we're back on schedule for the Mountain Ridge offense. You're 2nd and 5 now. That gives you the entirety of all your calls, and you can get back to the run game, maybe keep going with the throw game as you got some momentum. Coach Robbins has the entire slate ahead of him.
Dumas coming up big on the last drive with the touchdown, this time with a big play on first down. Here's Hunt. He drops back, takes it up the middle as he gets the first down, and he'll be brought down at the 50. Big play by Hunt.
Yeah, this is a ferocious front from the Lehi Pioneers. We haven't seen a lot of blitzing. They're just relying on their front 3 or 4 guys to try and get that pressure. And as such, Hunt is recognizing it easily when he doesn't have anything there. He's tucking it and running and using his legs effectively to move the offense.
That's another TJ Olson first down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Hunt here on first. Hunt gets this ball out to Cunningham. And Cohen Cunningham wrestled down, pushed out of bounds. No gain on the play.
Great job there by Trayson Fabrizio as he's out there at kind of a corner hybrid safety position. Corner for sure. Able to bring him down before he's able to do much damage on that one. And you can see the inexperience of Jackson Hunt on that play. He kind of throws a looper of a pass out there. those swing passes got to be on point. They got to be quick. They've got to allow the offensive player to get out there in space and make something happen.
1:30 left to go here in the first quarter as Hunt gets a snap, gets it out quick to DeYoung. DeYoung, and he'll be brought back. First catch there for DeYoung.
I was down on the field earlier for pregame talking to both sides, and I tell you what, Titan DeYoung looks the part. You see it right there, why he's such a highly sought-after prospect. Able to secure the catch, able to break away, has that kind of strength, takes multiple defenders to bring him down. When that's your wide receiver, Alex, that's exhausting for a secondary.
The good news about DeYoung for the Sentinels and head coach Robbins, get him back next year. He's just a junior.
Yeah, he is just a junior, but he's a very talented player. He's played since he was a freshman. Great bloodlines with him. His family has lots of athletic experience as well. Ooh.
Nice little trickeration here. Cunningham now will get it off, going deep, and it's tipped and falls to the turf, incomplete, but almost intercepted on the trick play.
Boy, Trayson Fabrizio there again, and I apologize, everybody at home has to hear me ooh and ah, but that was a crazy sequence there. As you see the trickeration on offense, ball hangs up there just a little bit. There's not a lot of wind out there. Just not as good a throw as it could have been. They had the receiver downfield there on that one, Alex, but great job by Fabrizio to break it up, and for Mountain Ridge here, almost a bullet dodge in the sense as they weren't able to reel in the interception.
Penalty for a legal man downfield.
Oh, boy.
A legal man downfield.
Don't get me started.
Oh, it's declined. It is declined, and so we do have fourth down.
That is the gentleman's way of doing it. Shouldn't be a penalty.
29 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Hunt on fourth down will stay on the field. As the play clock is expiring, a timeout is taken by the Sentinels. And that's a TJ Olson timeout for the home side.
We want to thank you.
Yeah, 29 seconds left here in the first quarter. You see Mountain Ridge takes the timeout, trying to make sure that they're composed. Have to wonder if maybe, just maybe, they were going to try and draw the Lehi Pioneers off sides again. In the meantime, chance for Nick Robbins and his staff to talk this one over, figure out exactly what they want to do here. For Mountain Ridge, it is a little bit of a kind of mixed bag territory. You're at the 45-yard line, so depending on how good your punter is, you may be able to pin the Pioneers back, but you've had so much momentum early on that it's just so tempting to really go after it here and try and be aggressive to get that early big lead.
Lehigh football on the Rewind Sports Network, brought to you by Aloha Orthodontics and Carson Electric. Building your dream home, Carson Electric specializes in custom homes with precision, quality, and clean design. From concept to completion, we power it all. Visit CarsonElectric.com to bring your vision to light. Well, Hunt was out there prior to the timeout. Instead, we'll have the punt team come out as Robinson here will try to boot this one away. Robinson takes the snap, gets it off, and a big kick there by Robinson. And that one will go into the end zone. Glasgow thought about it, but he'll let it roll. Let it roll back.
We talk about what a great prospect Legend Glasgow as a football player. I didn't realize that he was an Academy Award nominee, as he definitely sold the Mountain Ridge coverage team on the fact that he was going to try and catch that ball. Signals a fair catch at the last second, gets out of the way, wisely allows the ball to bounce into the end zone. Great job by him. And for the Lehigh Pioneers offense, now a third opportunity to try and cross the 50-yard line. That is kind of an insane sentence considering the amount of production they had last week, Alex.
Third drive of the night coming up here for the Pioneers with 21 seconds left on the clock. We'll see what what Hollingshead will do here on first down. Hollingshead will hand it off to Eka. Eka trying to find some space, and he'll be wrestled down.
We talked earlier about how this Lehigh offensive line totals almost 300 pounds across the board, multiple D1 prospects. And so if you're home wondering, how is it that Mountain Ridge can do this? How can they limit them to so many yardage? They are moving across that front four, sometimes front three, making it very difficult for those offensive linemen to get the angles so that they can get movement.
And so we head to the end of the first quarter. It is a touchdown by Dumas. That is the difference so far. The Sentinels lead it here at home, 6-0, as we head to the second quarter. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. And want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Presented by Tab Bank. Alex Napolis standing alongside me, Brian Brown, as we get ready to start second quarter action between the Pioneers and the Sentinels. Second down coming up for the visiting Pioneers side, as Hollingshead here will take the snap, rolls out, pressure coming, escapes out to his right, trying to get past the 20, and he'll step out of bounds. Cunningham saw that he didn't have very much going on downfield, keeps it, gets it out, but only gets a yard on the gain.
Yeah, and Cash Hollingshead, not exactly known for his run game, but making smart decisions. And I think, for coach, with Lehigh coaching staff, you love to see that, right? You just want to make sure that he's not turning the ball over, especially this deep in their own territory. And I know Coach Andy Hadfield isn't happy with their performance early on, but in that instance, you love to see that kind of smart decision-making from your young quarterback.
11:52 here left to go in the early parts of the second quarter. Third down coming up for the Pioneers. Prior to a delay of game, and this will push the Pioneers back.
In some instances, Lehigh just can't get out of their own way right now. We've seen multiple offsides penalties on defense, now a false start on the offense here.
17-yard line.
Again, for a team that is this talented, that is always going to be the focus. You have to minimize these mistakes because you're more often than not, maybe not so much in Region 3, but you have more talent than most of the teams you're playing. Have to be precise.
Third and long coming up here. Ball on the 17. Hollingshead takes the snap. Looking downfield, rolls out to his right, pressure coming, gets it away, but it falls incomplete. And another big third down stop for the home side Sentinels.
Yeah, plenty of Mountain Ridge defenders in the area there, so even if the receiver had an opportunity to catch the ball, likely would have paid the price for it. Hollingshead had time, but just felt that pressure, bounce outside of the pocket, not able to find the receiver, and this is going to be a turnover on downs here now. A great forced 3-and-out by this Mountain Ridge defense. Super impressed by them early on, Alex.
Bodie Hammond out to punt it away. Fourth down here for the Pioneers, backed up in their own territory. Hammond will get this one up and away. Return here for Cunningham. Goes out to his right. Passes the 50. Cunningham trying to find some space and wrestled down. Huge tackle made there by Ryan Harris to deny Cunningham.
Yeah, nice job by Cohen Cunningham there. You can see he's got that shiftiness, that quick twitch, able to make defenders miss. Picks up an almost say 10, 15 yards maybe on that one. We'll split the difference at 12. But nevertheless, this battle of field position continues to fall in the favor of Mountain Ridge. That's why I like the call from Coach Robbins to kick the ball last go-around. You want to try and get this Lehigh offense backed up as much as possible. If for no other reason than your defense is playing great and it allows your offense great field position. And, looks like we had a penalty out there that I didn't see. And now this is going to give Mountain Ridge an even better opportunity as they're going to have the ball inside the 30-yard line.
Easily the best starting spot or starting field position tonight for the Sentinels. They'll start this drive from the 30.
Pioneer 20-yard line.
Big opportunity for the Sentinels here to extend their lead. First down, Hunt will take the snap. He drops back, pressure coming, gets it away. Ashton Gates there with the catch. Gates makes a move, and he'll be brought short of the first down.
Yeah, nice job. Looks like you found Ashton Gates there in the flat off the screenplay, trying to draw the aggression of that Lehi Pioneers defense. Catches him off guard, able to get about a 7-8 yard gain on that one. Puts him in really nice position here with second and short.
11:07 left to go. Hunt on second down. Ball on the 21-yard line as the Sentinels looking to extend their lead here at home. Hunt in the shotgun. Gates lined up in the backfield. Two receivers to the near sideline for Hunt. Hunt will take the snap. Gets it out quick, and it falls incomplete, intended for Dumas.
Stopping the clock at 10:47 left here in the second quarter. Bringing up a 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and short here, so nothing to really panic about if you're the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. They've done a great job so far balancing play calls with run and pass. Still have every opportunity. It's 3rd and short. You could still even run the ball, especially with the early success that we've seen them have.
Ofisa into the game for the Sentinels. He goes in motion. Now into the backfield. Hunt takes the snap. Gets it out quick. Looking for Gomez. Almost intercepted. Fabrizio again coming up for the Lehi defense. Bats it away.
Yeah, and no Titan DeYoung in on that play. So it looks like Coach Robbins had it in his mind the whole time that he wanted to go for it on 4th down if they didn't convert. As you see DeYoung come in now into the game. I like the action to try and catch Lehi sleeping a little bit there. Just not able to make the thing happen. We'll see what they call here on 4th down. There's a lot of... So you got DeYoung to the boundary here.
Hunt here on 4th down. Big 4th down play as he rolls out to his right. Gets it out to Dumas. Dumas with the catch. And Dumas with a 1st down. Brought down by a swarm of Pioneers. But that's another TJ Olson insurance. 1st down for the Sentinels.
Yeah, I just love this call here from Mountain Ridge. You've got your superstar drawing the defense on what's basically a 9 route, a deep route. Allows the underneath to open up. And Hunt able to find his old reliable target. The guy he threw the touchdown to, Graydon Dumas, underneath. And they're able to pick up the 4th down. And, Alex, this is turning into a really impressive drive for this Mountain Ridge Sentinel offense.
Here comes Hunt on 1st down. Hunt will take the snap. He drops back. Going to the end zone, and it's overthrown, intended for DeYoung, but it falls incomplete.
I'm not sure if he saw somebody on the track that he thought was open on that one. Just well overthrown on that one. And look, Jackson Hunt has played fantastic all game long. And sometimes those just get away from you. I like the idea of going and trying to find DeYoung there. Maybe get him on a little bit of a fade or corner.
1st down now, or 2nd down coming up here for the Sentinels. Handoff up the middle as Ofisa gets a short gain.
Takes it up to the Pioneer 9.
Yeah, Ofisa more of a power back for this Mountain Ridge team. You see what they're doing is they're doing wide split twins receivers on either side, trying to draw that defense and create some open space. And just run it up the middle. Mountain Ridge not exactly having the success that they were having earlier on, though. This Lehi defense has started to stiffen up.
Here comes a 3rd down for the Sentinels. Hunt, empty backfield. Ofisa in motion. He'll go to the backfield now. Hunt will drop back. Go into the end zone, and it's through the hands of DeYoung and incomplete. Oh, it looked like DeYoung was about to bring that in for a touchdown snag. Instead, it brings up 4th down.
The spoils of youth. He's still just a junior, but you can see the athleticism. Hunt throws a great ball, throws it up, so it's out of the reach of the defenders. Titan just not able to reel that one in. Love the play call. That's one of those ones that throughout the course of the season, I think you're going to see them connect on that a lot more often.
Through the hands of DeYoung, incomplete. 4th down, the kick is up, and the kick is no good. Aiden Robbins coming out for the field goal try, and it's no good. So this one will stay 6-0, and we'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. It's no good. Lehi Pioneer ball with a 1st down coming up. Hollingshead no longer in the game.
The ball moves out to the Pioneer 20.
Handoff to Eka. Eka trying to find some space out to the right, and he'll be wrestled down by the Sentinels. Coming in now for the Pioneers. Is that a number 5? That's Wyatt Bingham into the game here for the Pioneers.
2nd down and 6 for the Pioneers. From the 24.
Yeah, didn't think we'd see Wyatt Bingham tonight, but looks like some sort of change there with the Pioneers at quarterback. And we'll see the former Sentinel as he steps on the field for the Pioneers for the first time this year.
The senior quarterback Wyatt Bingham into the game. for Lehi. 9:02 left to go. Bingham takes a snap. Pressure coming. And just has to get it away. It falls incomplete, but the pressure, Brian, from that defensive line. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, and it's been like that all game long. You know, this Mountain Ridge team has nothing to lose, so they're giving it their all early on in this one. And I watched them a little bit in warm-ups. There's a big emphasis from the staff about getting that first hit out of the way early before the game even started. And you can see that that's playing out here live. This defense came in with tons of confidence right now.
Third down coming up for the Lehi Pioneers. Wyatt Bingham lined up in the shotgun. Bingham with Eka in the backfield. A stoppage in play prior to the snap, as we'll have a timeout taken by the Lehi Pioneers prior to.
I believe that's their second time of the half, too, Alex.
Lehi with another timeout, and it's been a good start here so far at Mountain Ridge High School, Brian. I loved what I've seen from both sides so far, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
I have to agree with you on that, Alex, and really the pervading theme for me is physicality on both sides of the ball for this Mountain Ridge Sentinel team. A big difference for them from week 1 to week 2. You can see the influence of Coach Nick Robbins and his staff, the job that they were able to do, getting these guys back up, getting them focused. A lot of it is the opponent coming in with the Lehi Pioneers and an opportunity to really show or make a claim to the fact that Mountain Ridge feels they can compete for a state championship as well.
And I think that's why I enjoy and like this matchup for the Sentinels. If you want to compete for 6A, you have to play the best in 6A, and so far they're up to the task.
Now, wise man once said, to be the best, you got to beat the best, and that's what Mountain Ridge is trying to do tonight.
Bingham going deep, and it falls incomplete. Ball intended for Kayo, and it brings up fourth down.
You can see the kind of arm that Wyatt Bingham has on him. Just out throws his receiver a little bit too much. Had him open there, just a little too much early on it. And you know, some of it may be coming into the game a little late here. Some of it may just be nerves, hard to say. Expect Wyatt Bingham will settle in, as we watched him a lot last year. He's a very talented signal caller.
Hammond again coming on to boot this one away. 8:51 left to go here in the second quarter. Hammond gets the kick off.
Number 4, Cullen Cunningham.
Cunningham with the return to the 40 and brought down there to make the tackle. Number 27, Will Levis, but a flag comes out.
Yeah, 2 flags on that one. I wonder if we're going to get a late blindside block on this one. So that could potentially push the Sentinels back, as the officials are going to huddle up there at the 46-yard line, discuss to make sure that they have the call in line. In the meantime, for this Lehi defense, it's another situation where they're pressed into action, trying to get the ball back after their offense has gone 3 and out. For Coach Hadfield and the staff, it has to be frustrating to see this kind of performance.
8:38 left to go here in the second. As
on the 28-yard line.
Ball here on the 28-yard line, and that is where this Mountain Ridge Sentinels offense will start this drive. Great start from Mountain Ridge defensively. They had the touchdown on their second drive, but we'll see if they can capitalize here and extend this lead.
For Lehi, a really beneficial call as that one goes and puts the Mountain Ridge offense way back into their own territory. Maybe an opportunity to get a 3 and out for them.
Hunt will take the snap. Gets it out quick to Cunningham. Cunningham trying to get up the sideline. Does. Nice little juke move there by Cohen Cunningham, and finally pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, I think last year we called him Britton Covey light, or as Bill Simmons likes to say, a poor man's Britton Covey. But I tell you what, Cohen Cunningham, nothing but fighting that dog as he tries continually to shed defender after defender, making this Lehi defense work he's able to pick up a few extra yards, get a 5-yard game on first down, and really that's been the story of this game for Mountain Ridge. They are content to get 4- and 5-yard gains all the way down the field, and it's led to a lot of success.
8:31 left to go, 6-0 Sentinel lead. Jackson Hunt line up in the shotgun, empty backfield. He'll take the snap, he drops back, gets it out quick, caught there by number 9 as Mason Gomez gets the first down.
It's just been too long since we called Mason Gomez's name, but I wonder if maybe they call him Sticks in the Mountain Ridge offensive room, because all he ever does is get first downs, and that was a big pickup for that Mountain Ridge Sentinels offense.
Time ticking away here for the Sentinels. First down, that's another TJ Olson Insurance first down by the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. This is Jackson Hunt. He'll take the snap. Steps up in the pocket. Pressure coming. Tries to escape, but he's going to be brought down, and that's a sack.
Gets dragged down in the backfield for a loss of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, nice job there by Briggs Love, who's able to stop Hunt before he can get anywhere. That's going to be a 5-yard loss, and it does count as a sack, even though it looked like it was a QB draw from here. A nice job by Love there in the middle. You love to see it when the big dogs up front are able to make plays.
First couple of drives offensively, the Sentinels moved the ball down the field well. The last couple of drives have had to play behind the sticks. Second and long coming up here. Hunt drops back, gets it out, trying to find Cunningham, but it falls incomplete as it hits the turf.
Bringing up third down.
Yeah, all sorts of pressure on that one. You see PJ Takitaki just putting Hunt into a state of duress early on. And Takitaki, the phenomenal edge player for Lehi, committed to BYU. I think he's probably considered one of the best defensive ends in the state, if not the best. I'll leave that to the internet to decide.
Third down coming up here for Jackson Hunt and the Sentinels. And we'll have a timeout taken by Mountain Ridge. So with 7:17 left to go, a timeout taken Sentinels, and we'll take it as well. Don't go anywhere. More coming up next here on the Rewind Sports Network. Down coming up here for the Sentinels, empty backfield for Jackson Hunt. After the timeout taken, that's a TJ Olson Insurance timeout by Mountain Ridge. Third down, Hunt takes a snap, drops back, pressure coming, steps up in the pocket, gets rid of it, and it goes incomplete.
Yeah, I cannot believe that Hunt was able to get that ball out there. It was able to cross the line of scrimmages. Just a reminder to the folks watching at home, that line of scrimmage crosses to infinity, so even if the ball doesn't cross it till it's out of bounds, it still counts. He's outside of the pocket. But he pays a price for that one, Alex. The pressure just immediately on top of him. And that's what we expected to see from the very jump from this Lehi defense.
Robinson coming back out to punt this one away. Robinson takes a snap, gets rid of it. Ball's away. And a huge punt there from Robinson. And a fair catch called by Fabrizio.
It was a nice job by Fabrizio to secure the catch and get the fair catch. It's not going to be great field position for the Lehi Pioneers, but I think in this instance they're going to take it because they were able to get the stop. With the kind of success that Mountain Ridge has had early on, you just kind of want to get the ball back and try and find a rhythm offensively. We'll see who comes out at quarterback. I think it's Wyatt Bingham again.
Against the Lehi Pioneers.
For the Pioneers, I just keep thinking, like, we've talked so much about Devon Eka. Haven't seen him really develop any kind of rhythm in the run game. That's what I would look to do, is establish him with something maybe in the power, some kind of gap scheme.
Bingham hands it off to Eka, but Eka's going nowhere as the Sentinels defense comes up huge.
Yeah, that was just so impressive there by Isaiah Ortiz. And the crazy part about this, Alex, is it's mostly the interior of this Mountain Ridge Sentinel defensive line that are making plays. Legend of the coaching community, Everest Montani, helping out here at Mountain Ridge. His boys also helping out. So they have that pedigree of defensive coaching. And you are seeing it translate live on the field. Just so impressive. It's part of why I love to praise these coaches who stay in the game and help out so much because they have such a wealth of knowledge and experience.
Bingham takes the snap. Pressure coming. Gets it out. Caught. And it's going to be a nice little gain here for the Pioneers. Sentinels again coming up defensively. The catch there made by Brighton New.
Yeah, Brighton New, a name that we haven't had a chance to talk about yet on the broadcast. Older brother Jet playing at Oklahoma, was the quarterback here at Lehi last year. Brighton is a talented tight end option. We just haven't heard his name called. And again, this is part of the problem. I shouldn't say problem. It's a good problem if you're a Lehi Pioneer fan, but they have so much talent on this offense. How do you find ways to distribute the football? And it's a good start there for Lehi. Now they're 3rd and 5. Where do you go with the football? Do you go to Devon Eka, maybe a screen pass, something out of the backfield? Do you try and find Legend Glasker? A lot of options here.
3rd down, ball on the 21-yard line. They need 4. Bingham, pressure coming, has to step up in the pocket, escapes. Bingham trying to get it himself, and he gets the first down.
You nailed it, Alex. He said, I'm going to do this myself. Rumbles for the first down, and for a guy that's 6 foot tall, Wyatt Bingham is surprisingly shifty. We saw it from him last year. He does wonders with his legs in the run game. Able to convert a first down, keep this drive going, and for the Lehi Pioneers, they finally have some rhythm.
Big play by Bingham, big first down, and now here comes the Pioneers with Bingham. He'll hand it off to Eka. Eka trying to bounce out to the right, but he'll be brought down to the backfield. That's a tackle for a loss.
But you can talk scheme, you can talk technique, you can talk about that all you want. At the end of the day, Alex, it really just comes down to effort, and this Mountain Ridge defense is out-efforting the Lehi Pioneers up front. I have a feeling that Coach Andy and his staff are going to focus on that at halftime with this group. But they have got to start setting the tone if they're going to climb back into this game. And that sounds like an insane statement because it's 6-0. But realistically, this game has been entirely in Mountain Ridge's favor.
2nd and long coming up now for the Pioneers. Bingham with an empty backfield. 2 receivers lined up to the near side. Bingham takes the snap, drops back, gets it out over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was tipped, intended for New, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and we're seeing Coach Hadfield and his staff try to give some easy throws to Wyatt Bingham so he can get in rhythm because realistically they have the tools, the talent, the ability to be a big play offense, but they've got to find this rhythm and get him settled in a little bit, get that accuracy zeroed in, let him calm down. In the meantime, this Mountain Ridge defense is up to the task. I apologize to all the Lehi fans watching at home. I know I'm praising them a lot, but I'm really impressed by the effort tonight.
3rd down coming up here. Bingham will take the snap. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Trying to look for options. He'll tuck and run. Bingham jukes inside. Still Wyatt Bingham on his feet. Bingham gets the first. And Bingham wrestled down. Wyatt Bingham doing it again.
Pioneer 39.
You just cannot replace a Wyatt Bingham, Alex, and I'm going to paint the picture for you here. He's rolling out to the sideline. His receiver, they still don't have that chemistry yet, so, as he's taught, receiver tries to go upfield, but he's not able to create enough space. Wyatt Bingham sees it, knows that he's not going to be able to get a throw, wisely tucks the ball down, uses his legs, able to pick up the first down. It's why experience is so important at the quarterback position.
2 enormous runs by Wyatt Bingham here on this drive. Another first down for the Pioneers. Bingham with the empty backfield. 2 receivers lined up to each side. 3:30 left to go here in the first half. And we'll have a flag prior to the snap. And this one's going to go against Lehi. False start.
Yeah, again, we talk about it. It's the mental side of things, right? And Mountain Ridge knows that they've got a tall task ahead of them, and so they're going to use every trick and every opportunity in the book. If you're Lehi, you have to stay disciplined. That's what this game is all about. How disciplined can you be? How well can you hold your water? How well can you read your keys? How well can you execute? Because Mountain Ridge right now has nothing to lose. They're up 6-0. They've done a great job so far in this first half. For Lehi, if you want to keep this drive going, have to execute.
First down and long coming up for the Pioneers. Bingham will take the snap. Hand off to Eka. Eka to the right. Finds some space. Makes it past the original line of scrimmage. And that will be a 2nd and 8 coming up here for Lehi.
And so now you're starting to see it. This Mountain Ridge defense has been out there a few times, able to get 3 and outs on multiple occasions. Now they've been out for 6, 7, 8 plays. Little bit less effort, not quite as strong at the point of attack. And Lehi gets a great gain there with Devon Eka, but you can just see how talented a running back he is.
3 receivers lined up to the near side for Lehi. And we'll have a timeout taken here by the Sentinels. You saw the coaching staff here on the near side screaming at the defense to try to come and watch the bunch formation here on the near sideline, and so we'll take the timeout.
Hi, I'm Austin Strong, CEO of Tab Bank. As a former high school athlete in the state of Utah, I recognize how big of a role high school sports can play in developing student athletes' lives, even outside of the sports they play. For me, high school sports taught me how to work as a team, how to lead through adversity, how to share success, and how to face all challenges. While I didn't become a professional athlete, it was these skills that gave me a head start in life after my high school career was over. That's why Tab Bank is proud to sponsor KSL Sports Rewind's mission to highlight and promote student athletes and the communities in which they play. As a proud Bonneville Laker, I know the importance of the role a community plays in the success of a team, and I wanted to create a banking environment that gave our customers that Friday Night Lights feeling of community and togetherness. Our goal is to provide you a premium banking experience that will help aid you to accomplish any goal that you have in your life. We believe that whether you are a heavy favorite or the battle-tested underdog, Tab Bank can provide you a winning game plan for any of your financial needs.
Second down coming up here for the Pioneers. 3 receivers lined up to the near sideline. 2:10 left to go. Bingham will take the snap. Rolls out to his right. Flags come out. Gets it out to New. New with the catch. And New will be pushed out of bounds. We'll see what the flag is here, Brian.
Almost to the 45, about a completion of 2, bringing up third down.
I'm trying to figure out where it is. It's there in the backfield. If it's against Mountain Ridge, the only thing I think it might be able to would be illegal hands to the face, maybe. Okay, so it does go against Lehi Pioneers. It's holding. That was what would have been the most obvious call. Again, we talk about it. It's so much. I don't want to go all Yogi Berra here and say, 50% of it is mental or 50% is physical, the other 90% is mental, but football is such a mental game in the sense of playing with confidence and setting the tone and starting off well, because you can see this offensive line, it's a tremendous unit, but they're almost playing like they're scared of the aggression that this Mountain Ridge unit's brought.
1:40 left to go. Bingham will take the snap. Drops back. Pressure coming. Trying to go deep. Looking for Glasker. It's caught. Legend Glasker still on his feet and finally brought down inside the red zone. But Legend Glasker. Huge play, Pioneers.
What does LFG stand for? Legend freaking Glasker is QB's under duress. Streaks open. Able to reel in the pass. Drags the defender downfield. What an impressive connection from Wyatt Bingham to Legend Glasker. As these two start to build that chemistry, Alex, we're going to see a lot of that this year. Just an incredible pass, reception, and even better fight from Legend Glasker. You could see how badly he wanted to get 6 on that one.
First down coming up for the Pioneers inside the red zone. Lehi trying to tie things up or take a lead. Wyatt Bingham takes the snap, drops back, looking for the end zone. The pressure coming, steps up in the pocket and escapes. Wyatt Bingham keeps it himself, alley-oop, and now falls to the turf, but he'll be short.
Yeah, the nerves are gone now. You can see Wyatt Bingham feeling himself there as he calls his own number, takes it down near the goal line, takes a pretty good hit from that Mountain Ridge Sentinels defense, but they are back on their heels really for the first time tonight, Alex, and see hands on hips, deep breaths. They're trying to dig deep, find a way to stop this Lehi offense, which has woken up this drive.
42 seconds left. Time ticking away here in the first half. In the first half. And now Bingham. And the Pioneers knocking on the end zone. He'll hand it off. Run up the middle. Barrels through. Touchdown Pioneers. Straight up the middle. As Hank Poulsen gets the touchdown. Excuse me, that's 95 Briggs Love.
We call his name on defense Briggs Love. He can do both. Lehi fans yelling at me right now. Get you a defensive tackle that can do both. Play fullback and defensive tackle. Just a great touchdown run there from Briggs, and he's fired up, and so is this Lehi football team.
The kick is up. The kick is good. And for the first time tonight, the Pioneers lead it 7-6 with 23 left to go in the first half. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. Hammond with the PAT puts the Pioneers up 7-6. Hammond boots this one up and away, goes into the end zone and back for a touchback. And now the Sentinels with the ball here with 23 seconds left. Sentinels leading it for the most part the entire game, 6-0. And now Lehi finally, right near the end of the first half, is able to take the lead, Brian.
Yeah, and what a way to go ahead on a Piesman play as Briggs Love, the outstanding defensive tackle, nose guard even, comes in, takes the handoff, and rumbles into the end zone. In the meantime, this is a Lehi team that has found some spirit, found some life, much needed.
Back on the field, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line.
First down coming up. Jackson Hunt lined up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Handoff up the middle to Ofisa. Ofisa making a couple people miss. Brought down after a big gain by number 7.
Yeah, love the call there from Coach Robbins and his staff. Come back to your power game. Zach Ofisa, definitely the thunder for Mountain Ridge's Lightning. And it looks like he's a little, I think it's an offensive lineman comes up. Gimpy there, number 74. And we'll keep our eyes on that for Tyler McClellan, the junior. Big part of this Sentinel offensive line as we go into halftime.
We reach the break. It's a 7-6 Lehi lead over the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Again, a touchdown pass to Grayson Dumas was the difference for the most part in the first half, but late in the second quarter, a touchdown by Briggs Love makes it 7-6. And that's where we stand as we head to the halftime break. Hey, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick step aside. But when we return, second half action here on the Rewind Sports Network.
Mountain Ridge Sentinels to the field.
It's time for Mountain Ridge Senior Spotlights, presented by TJ Olson Insurance. They protect what matters most, just like our defense does. TJ Olson Insurance, proud to support our players and fans. Visit them online at tjolson.com. We'd first like to highlight one of the senior managers, Sadie Bartlett, daughter of Sydney and Brad Bartlett. Sadie's favorite high school memories include being a football manager, Friday Night Lights, being with her friends, and living her best life. Sydney plans to go on a mission after high school and eventually go into athletic training. We'd next like to highlight senior Cutler Whitaker, son of Ian and Michelle Whitaker. Cutler's favorite high school memory is talking with Coach Mayfu on the bench before practices. Cutler plans after high school to play college football. Next, we'd like to highlight senior Trey Briggs, son of Matt Briggs and Jennifer Briggs. Trey's favorite high school memory is playing in his first varsity football game and running out onto the field with his teammates. Trey plans to go to college and to own his own business one day. And finally, we'd like to highlight senior Cohen Van Kock, son of Holly Van Kock. Cohen's favorite high school memory is the post-win locker room against that other school. Cohen plans to finish school, then attend college, and after that, to start his own business. And those are this week's Mountain Ridge Sentinel Senior Spotlights, presented by TJ Olson Insurance. Mountain Ridge football is powered by the support of TJ Olson Insurance. They're committed to our community and to our team's success. Thank you, TJ Olson Insurance, for your sponsorship of Mountain Ridge football.
Right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
You back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Tab Bank, Alex Napolis, Brian Brown, and Mountain Ridge Football is brought to you by TJ Olson Insurance. Mountain Ridge Football is proud to be backed by TJ Olson Insurance. They're more than an insurance company. They're a true part of our community. Thanks to TJ Olson Insurance for supporting our team and helping make this season a success.
Heating and air, first down.
As we get ready to start second half action between the Pioneers and the Sentinels, the Pioneers lead it 7-0. It is the Mountain Ridge Sentinels in their home red with the white helmets. Nice look tonight for the home side. And then, of course, you have the Lehi Pioneers with the purple pants and the white jerseys. Second half action here about to get underway with Jackson Hunt lined up in the shotgun. First down for the Sentinels. Hunt takes the snap. Handoff to Ofisa. Ofisa makes a run up the middle. No gain there for Ofisa to start the second half.
Yeah, Mountain Ridge starting out the second half the way they started the game, Alex, running the football. And really for the Sentinels, they're still in this in the sense of like, yeah, things got a little rough there at the end of the second quarter, but you had a great first half. Come out and keep doing what you were doing before.
2nd and 10 coming up here. Jackson Hunt takes a snap. Drops back, steps up, looking to escape, gets it out. Dumas with the catch. Dumas goes out of bounds, and that's another TJ Olson. First down for the Sentinels.
Boy, what a great job by Jackson Hunt there. Feels the pressure, steps up, keeps his eyes downfield, even though he's got a giant hole and plenty of room to run. Finds Dumas open and gets the first down, but just the headiness from a junior quarterback who maybe got some snaps last year, in garbage time, whatever. Really impressive.
Jackson Hunt here on first down. Hands off to Ofisa. Ofisa up the middle. 3 yards, 4 yards on the gain there for Ofisa as he's brought down.
I don't know what Ofisa means in Zach's native language, but it looks like power when it's on the football field as he barrels over a few defenders there. And this Lehi defense, which finished the second quarter so strong, trying to get back into the physical tone. Mountain Ridge is set.
Handoff again to Ofisa. This time another run up the middle. Gets back to the line of scrimmage, but not much going there. No gain for Ofisa on second down.
Nice job there by that Lehi defensive front. Saw Vincent Evans flying in there at the end. Seeing a little more attitude. Don't know if they maybe expected Mountain Ridge to throw the ball a little bit more, and that just caught him off guard. They're definitely trying to step up and match the physical tone. Mountain Ridge is set.
Third down here for the Sentinels. Hunt gets it out, caught by Cunningham. Cunningham will be short of the sticks, a yard short on third down.
And Cunningham so elusive, able to break one tackle, but you see the pursuit from that Lehi defense. They're able to close quickly, corral him, and drag him down. Leaves them with fourth and very short here. Looks like about a yard to go, and again, Coach Robbins not afraid to take some risks in this game. Looks like they're going to go for it here.
Maybe some power against power coming up. Jackson Brown, usually a defensive line. He's into the game on the offensive line with that 99. Just a sneak up the middle. Did he get the push? We'll see where the spot is.
It's a scrum in the middle of the field.
And it's a first down. That's another TJ Olson Insurance first down for the Sentinels on the sneak.
Yeah, definitely picked it up with the initial surge. It's a great job by that offensive front. Looks like everybody's paid attention to what Zion Finau did for Corner Canyon last year. Trying to get those heavy packages. Maybe a little brotherly shove action in there. It's all the rage these days, but regardless, Mountain Ridge able to pick up the first down and continue this drive. A gutsy call from Coach Robbins, but one that you have to respect. He really believes in his guys tonight. Well,
the good news for the Sentinels, you get the first down. Jackson Hunt, number 11, shooken up after the play. He's on the sideline now, getting looked at by the training staff here. And we'll see who comes in at quarterback for the Sentinels.
And another development, it looks like the officials are having a conversation here. The chains have not actually reset. So I wonder if maybe they're questioning whether Hunt was down early, something along that nature. Curious to see what the call is here. From our vantage point, we're up here in the booth, far removed from the sideline, so at this point in time, have to depend on the officials for a better view. Looked like Hunt had picked up the first down.
Conversations being had by the Lehi coaching staff over on the far sideline and the officials. And it is a first down. Ultimately, they'll come back, they'll give it a first down, but Jackson Hunt back on his feet. Good to see that, but his helmet did come off. And so we'll see what they do here at quarterback on this first down, Brian.
Yeah, this may be a situation where you just put Zach Ofisa in there as like a wildcat. Maybe just let him try and pick up a first down that way. Let's see what Coach Robbins does. Nope.
Into the game is Elston Hooper for this play.
Yeah, just a freshman.
Hooper will hand it off to Gates. The flags come out prior to the snap.
I think this is going to be a procedure penalty at Mountain Ridge as we get the signal there from the official, but new quarterback, new cadence. Guys are anxious to get off the ball. Cost them 5 yards on that one. That's the bad news. The good news, Jackson Hunt will be able to come back in.
With a false start on the Sentinels, it backs them up 5 yards.
Though I do see him on the sideline still.
41-yard line, 1st and 15.
First and long coming up now for Mountain Ridge. And it looks like Hooper will stay in the game.
Yeah, Jackson Hunt standing at about the 31-32 yard line has not gone back in the game. And I wonder if maybe... I don't want to speculate on anything up here because we do not have any way to communicate with the sideline. We don't have anybody down there, so we don't have any information. But for whatever reason, they're keeping him on the sideline.
Hooper here, lined up in the shotgun. Cunningham goes in motion. Gates lined up in the backfield. Hooper, it's going to be a draw straight up the middle for Hooper. Gets 3 on the gain for the freshman.
And you see Mountain Ridge going with an orbital motion there, trying to get Lehi to show the coverage for the young freshman, make it a little bit easier for him. And then you just give him the football, let him get some of those nerves out of him, get hit, let him settle in. At this point in time, we thought maybe Hunt would be out for a play. It could very well be longer, and so you've got to get your freshman QB settled in and build some confidence.
Second and long coming up now for Mountain Ridge. Time ticking away here in the third. Ball trying to find Day Young, but it falls incomplete. And it will bring up third down as Jackson Hunt returns for the Sentinels.
Bringing up third down and 14 from the 42.
And this is not a situation that you want to put your true freshman quarterback, and I get it, at the high school level, all freshmen are true freshmen. But just his very first series in this game, he's got a tall task ahead of him as they're 3rd and 15. Have to wonder if you don't try to get Titan DeYoung involved somehow with this one.
Hunt, empty backfield. Hunt steps back, steps up in the pocket. Jackson Hunt gets it away and it's picked off, and it's going the other way. Here come the Pioneers. It's Madsen at the 20, pushed out of bounds, and that is an interception thrown by Jackson Hunt.
We talked about it. It's a tough situation for a freshman quarterback, and that experienced Lehi defense rises to the challenge, puts the pressure on there, and Madsen steps in front of the pass and zips his way all the way to the 18-yard line on the return. What a job by this Lehi defense to capitalize at the injury at the quarterback position and put their offense in an opportunity to score.
Interception by Madsen. Pioneers back onto the field. 8:06 left to go here in the third. And Lehi with a chance to extend their lead. In at quarterback for the Pioneers is Hollingshead, who returns to the game. He'll hand it off to Eka. Eka up the middle, finds some space. Eka escapes, and he's tackled just short of the first down.
That's the Devon Eka that I expected to see throughout the course of this game. Hard running, able to run through defenders, create missed tackles, create more opportunity to gain yards. He picks up a big first down and puts this Lehi offense at 1st and goal.
Just inside the 10-yard. That's a Lehi first down. 1st and goal from the 9.
7:31 left to go. 1st and goal coming up here. Hollingshead sends the receiver in motion. Hollingshead takes a snap, drops back, pressure coming, gets it off, and it's tipped, and it falls to the turf. Almost intercepted by the Sentinels.
I got so caught up in the run with Devon Eka, I forgot to note that Hollingshead is back in the game. Interesting choice by Coach Andy Hadfield and his staff. As Cash Hollingshead started the first quarter, and we saw Wyatt Bingham come in relief and really generate some momentum with that offense. Now, Hollingshead has an opportunity to get his squad into the end zone. Not able to connect on that last play, though.
3rd down coming up here for Hollingshead, as Eka will be wrestled down. That'll be a loss of yard for Eka, and a big stop for the Sentinels.
Well, there's no family relation, but Jackson Brown, you can come to my reunion anytime you want. He has been outstanding tonight, coming in the heavy package on offense, multiple stops defensively. He's the one that initially got to Eka, as he had multiple teammates there to drag down the strong runner. And I apologize, I earlier said it was 1st and goal. Lehi's actually now did not pick up the first down, and 3rd and short.
4th down coming up here. Ball on the 10. And we'll have a timeout taken here. This one is a timeout called by the Lehi Pioneers. And so we'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network while they talk over this 4th down. Lehi football on the Rewind Sports Network, brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's Subs is proud to support the Lehi Pioneers. Come on by Jersey Mike's Subs and try the number 13 original Italian provolone cheese and 5 different meats, all sliced fresh on the spot. Or get a hot Philly cheesesteak grilled fresh right in front of you. Experience the sub above at Jersey Mike's. Hollingshead drops back, the pressure coming, steps up, has to escape. Gets it off, and it's incomplete into the end zone, but no good intended for Cameron Rand, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, Hollingshead felt the pressure on that one, escaped the pocket, rolling out to his left, doesn't feel like he can escape the defender, sees a receiver in the end zone. It's just a tough throw for a right-hander. He's going to his left there, not able to get enough zip on that, and falls incomplete. And for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels, that is a monster stop, Alex.
Huge play by that defense. Huge play by Mountain Ridge to come up. Stops them inside the red zone, and now the Sentinels get the ball back with an opportunity to try to get back into the lead here at home. Jackson Hunt will come out for this drive. Interception from Hunt on the last play. And unfortunate for Lehi, they couldn't capitalize on the big pick return.
Yeah, an opportunity missed there, and while Lehi still holds the lead, this game is by no means out of reach.
Hunt takes the snap. Hand off to Gates. Gates immediately met by the Pioneers. Nowhere to go. And he'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and it's good to see Jackson Hunt back out there. The junior having to leave there led to an interception. I think that is one thing that's been really impressive with this impressive in his performance tonight. 0 turnovers up to this point. He's made really great decisions in the throw game. He's been electric in the run game. For Mountain Ridge, they really need him to jumpstart this drive.
Hunt, empty backfield. 3 receivers lined up to the far sideline, 2 to the near. 2nd down as Hunt takes the snap, drops back, gets it out. Gomez with the catch, and he'll be brought down. Nice play there by Mason Gomez, who comes up big.
Yeah, and Gomez and Hunt had an early connection in this game. Haven't called his name for a minute, mostly because Mountain Ridge has had more success on the ground, but also because they haven't been on the field that much. This Lehigh defense stepping up as this game continues. Right now, Mountain Ridge has got a first down and has something going.
Hunt drops back, going deep, and it's incomplete. Ball intended for number 1, DeYoung, but it falls incomplete.
Yeah, DeYoung may have had a step on the defender, but the coverage over the top there. Number 20 for Lehigh. That's James Rex. Reed Nielsen. Some of these teams with multiple numbers giving me a little bit of a hard time tonight. And much like the University of Utah, we don't get a depth chart either. Definitely not complaining.
And also, why we have you here, just a quick reminder, the clock is unofficial. We'll try to synchronize the clock as much as we can with the stadium clock.
And that's a
As
cruising carry up the middle.
Ofisa there brought down.
7, senior.
I like the shot on first down from Mountain Ridge. You started to get some momentum. Maybe test that defense a little bit because you know you have Ofisa who can get you 3 to 4 yards. Now it's third down, and we're a little above average here. I'd say 3rd and 7. So you still have a lot of things that you can do. And given the way that Jackson Hunt has played today, I'm very confident with his ability to be able to pick something up here.
4:49 left to go in the third. Ball on the 23. They need 7 for the first down. Third down play coming up. Hunt drops back, gets it away, looking for DeYoung, but it's over the head and incomplete.
Yeah, I think the pressure might have had something to do with that one because he had DeYoung wide open on the comeback route. Just put a little too much on that one, and that'll be one that they'll watch on film and work on as they continue to go through the season. Definitely one that Jackson Hunt wishes he could have back, though.
4th down coming up now for Mountain Ridge. As Robinson here will boot this one up and away. Has a big leg. It's a good kick on that one. A fair catch called by Fabrizio. And now we'll have another opportunity to see this Lehigh offense take the field.
Yeah, nice job by the Mountain Ridge defender there, or coverage player, I should say, to avoid hitting Fabrizio as he called for the fair catch. But able to flip the field somewhat here, but Lehigh will start out with excellent field position at the 42-yard line, and the Pioneers not able to capitalize on it last go-round. Because of that, it does look like we have a change at the quarterback position.
Wyatt Bingham back onto the field here for the Lehigh Pioneers as Eka line up in the backfield. Bingham will take the snap, hand off to Eka. Eka out to the left, trying to find some space. Eka almost gets to the first down marker, but brought down by the Sentinels. Big run on first down by Devon Eka.
You can see why some people think that Devon Eka is the best running back in the state. When he gets to that corner, he's so explosive, able to continue moving his feet. He is so fast. Picks up just a few extra yards just because he's running so hard, and immediately puts the Lehigh Pioneers in 2nd and short.
Sentinels defense did a good job containing Eka in that first half, but early here in the second half, Eka seems like he's starting to get going.
And something that Lehigh desperately needs tonight.
Bingham drops back here on 2nd down. Looking for options. Goes downfield and it falls incomplete. Big defensive stop by the Sentinels as Washington was there to make the play.
Yeah, it's a nice job by Washington, especially because Wyatt Bingham had all day to throw. Thinks he has an open receiver. Washington able to close quickly on that one from, I believe, the safety position. And great job by this Mountain Ridge defense to get a stop there and potentially be able to hold Lehigh. If they're able to get a 3-and-out here, Alex, that is another massive, massive win for this Mountain Ridge defense.
3:39. Bingham on 3rd down. Sends Eka in motion. Bingham takes a snap. Pressure's coming, and Wyatt Bingham is going to be sacked. No, it's caught. It's caught, and it's pushed out of bounds. But he doesn't get the first down. No, they will He did not get sacked.
Okay.
He did not get sacked.
Yeah, I apologize to everybody at home trying to figure out what was going on. We were trying to do the same because I thought that Wyatt Bingham was going to get sacked and somehow manages to get the ball out and get a completion. Well, it's not enough for the first down. I think the win with that one is just the impressive strength and balance from Wyatt Bingham. Mountain Ridge had him dead to rights, and he's able to at least get the completion, and Lehigh will look to pin the Sentinels deep in their own territory.
Hammond to punt it away. Oh, almost a block there by the Sentinels. Hammond gets it away. Takes another friendly bounce for the Sentinels, and it'll be fielded there at the 29-yard line.
Not a lot going in the favor of the Lehi Pioneers right now. Held on the 3-and-out there on that series. That was one where I really expected them to come out. Had Wyatt Bingham come back in as a quarterback. Had an early successful play with Devon Eka. Felt like they were getting something going, and all credit to this Mountain Ridge defense. They have been incredibly tough and played with fanatical effort all game long.
Lehigh Pioneer football here on the Rewind Sports Network, brought to you by Open Loop. Whether it's on the field or in the field, pressure reveals the prepared. Open Loop energy built for the moments that matter. First down here for the Sentinels. Handoff to Gates. Gates trying to find some space, but nowhere to go as the Lehigh Pioneer defense all over Ashton Gates. Or, excuse me, that was Ofisa with the run.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of Gates here in the second half, and I think some of that is because Mountain Ridge feels like they've been the more physical football team. In a lot of respects, they have. Ofisa just continues that, and I think if you're Coach Robbins, what you've seen in the first half is you had a lot of success in the running game, so continue to pound on that Lehigh defense, try and wear them down, hope that somebody makes a mistake and you can get an explosive play and potentially get a score.
Receiver in motion. Hunt trying to get it out to Cunningham, but the flags come out.
Love and positivity has made an entrance onto the field.
It's another season of love and positivity.
I honestly have no quarrel with that when there are a lot of motion and movement going on with that Mountain Ridge offense, and so this is going to be a false start, pushing them back another 5 yards. And again, I think Mountain Ridge starting to feel the moment a little bit, right? Like they know they can go down and get a score, and so you see that urgency creeping into the offense a little bit to make a play. And realistically, we've not seen a lot of explosive plays out of them here in the second half, or in the game in general.
Sentinels now backed up. It'll be a 2nd and long coming up here. Need 15 for the first down. Hunt with Ofisa in the backfield. Jackson Hunt drops back, gets it out. Caught by Gomez, and Gomez is pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, when in doubt, find your go-to, and that's exactly what Mason Gomez has been all game long. Not quite a sticks play on that one, but would have been very close to it had they not gotten the false start. And I think that whatever happens in this game, Mountain Ridge has found something that really works with Jackson Hunt and Mason Gomez.
Solid patch catchers all around this Mountain Ridge team. Haven't called DeYoung's name too much, but guys like Gomez, guys like Dumas stepping up for Hunt. Hunt here on 3rd down, Hunt gets it out to Dumas, and Dumas gets the first down, pushed out of bounds.
And some of that with Titan DeYoung is the fact that he is going both ways tonight, and so you want to limit his snaps and make sure that he is getting effective play. And the other part of it is really the performance of this Mountain Ridge pass-catching group as a whole. You mentioned it, Dumas, Gomez, Cunningham, they've all had productive efforts tonight. And if that's the case, why not continue to feed that as we see Mountain Ridge picks up another first down? They definitely have something going on this drive.
It's another TJ Olson Insurance first down for the Sentinels. 1:32 left to go in this third quarter as Hooper into the game. Hooper, the freshman, will be brought down in the backfield.
And you can see the freshman, they have a lot of belief and faith in his ability to carry the football, but also the effect of the previous play where Jackson Hunt went down, clearly becoming part of the game plan now for Coach Robbins. They do not want to test him anymore, try and limit the amount of contact that he gets.
Jackson Hunt returns here on second. Hunt will take the snap, handoff to Ofisa. And Ofisa, nowhere to go, returns to the line of scrimmage, but brought down by the Pioneer defense.
Yeah, that was a nice job by, I believe it was number 26, Paul Unga from the linebacker position. And we have not seen Ofisa go down with a solo tackle very often in this game. So credit to Unga on that one. Able to bring down the big bruising running back.
3rd and long coming up here. They need 12 for the first down. The Sentinels trying to extend the drive, trying to retake a lead. Hunt takes the snap, drops back, gets it out quick. Gomez batted up in there, and Gomez brings it down. What a phenomenal catch by Gomez!
Well, we almost had a double tip drill on that one, Alex, because it bounces off the receiver's hands, then bounces off the hands of Murphy Madsen, and back into the hands of Mason Gomez. And sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and on that one, Mountain Ridge gets the lucky bounce for a first down.
The 6'1" senior with another TJ Olson Insurance first down, handoff up the middle to Ofisa. And Ofisa again going nowhere. We talked about Lehi not being able to get Eka going in that first half. Here in the second, Ofisa hasn't gone going yet.
Yeah, and that Lehi defense has definitely tightened up in the run game, but I want to go back to that previous play. We heard Big X, the plug, playing over the PA here. That was the largest play so far in this half for this Mountain Ridge Sentinels offense. And as the clock hits 0 at the end of the third quarter, they have something cooking here, trying to get a score and pull back ahead against this Lehi Pioneers defense.
A defensive battle here in the southern part of the valley as the Sentinels and the Lehi Pioneers. Lehi leads it 7-6 as we head to the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network, but don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter action when we return. I want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Alex Napolis, Brian Brown. Fourth quarter action about to get underway with the Lehi Pioneers leading it 7-6 over the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Lehi football here on the Rewind Sports Network, brought to you by Stash Rogers Real Estate. Magnify Real Estate. Stacy Rogers knows a home is more than walls. It's community, connection, and where memories are made. Whether buying or selling, Stacy brings winning results for Lehi families. Stacy Rogers, Magnify Real Estate, proud supporter of Lehi Pioneers.
And you see the incompletion there as Hunt tried to find his running back on the little swing screen pass, just not able to make the connection. Lehi doing a good job of reading and sniffing that one out. That's going to bring up 3rd and long now for Mountain Ridge, as they've had a pretty decent drive going, but again, needed that amazing, incredible tip pass to convert last time around.
Well, fell incomplete, but the clock, Brian, didn't stop.
Hunt lines up in the shotgun.
11:22 left to go here. Jackson Hunt drops back. Hunt over the middle, caught by Cunningham. Cunningham finds some space up the sideline, pushed out of bounds. But Cohen Cunningham, big play, Sentinels.
I think he's going to be about a yard short on this one, but that at least gives Coach Robbins something to think about. He's not been afraid to go for it on 4th down all game long. And Cohen Cunningham, what a great weapon he is for this Mountain Ridge offense. So many big, strong receivers out there, and then his speed, his twitch, that quickness just provides such a nice change of pace.
4th down coming up here for the home side.
4th down and 1 from the
Let's see if they try to sneak it. Hunt under center. Jackson Hunt trying to sneak it through.
And it's a scrum up the middle.
And it's going to be... Looks like a first down from up here, but we'll see where the spot is, Brian.
We're just waiting for the signal at this point in time, but that, based on the spotted ball, that's a first down. And I tell you what, huge credit to the left side of that Mountain Ridge offensive line that just kept churning and pushing and driving and able to pick it up with a second, third effort on that one. For Lehi, Another opportunity missed to try and get a stop and get off the field.
Another TJ Olson Insurance first down coming up for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Jackson Hunt line up in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Hand off to Ofisa. Ofisa trying to find some room to his left. And again, going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Again, we talked about it. This Lehigh defense has really tightened up in the run game. Maybe allowing a little bit more in the pass game, but overall, a much improved effort from them in this second half. And Ofisa, who we talked about being the power back, has not been as effective here as we've gone later into the second half.
Second down now here for Mountain Ridge. Ball on the 25 as the clock winds down. 9:54 left to go. Hunt will take the snap. Drops back. Trying to go over the top for DeYoung. DeYoung with the catch. And DeYoung with the touchdown, but flags coming out.
Slap some knees on it, DeYoung.
We'll have to wait and get the official call on this one, seeing a signal from Trayson Fabrizio. That one's going against the offense. But incredible effort there from Titan DeYoung to go up and get the ball, and a great throw from Jackson Hunt. Does look like this one may be going against the Sentinels for offensive pass interference. And the home crowd does not like that one.
It's unfortunate. It was such an amazing catch by DeYoung. And it's obviously into the end zone for the touchdown. Would have been huge for the Sentinels, but just doesn't count. It's coming back.
Yeah, and I don't want to be critical of a young player. I think it was a little needless. He's got the size. He's got the strength. He's got the ability to go up and get balls. I don't think he really needed to push off on that one. Part of the experience of growing as a player, but you can see on that play just why he's so highly thought of and why we expected him to be targeted a lot more.
Second and very long coming up here for Mountain Ridge. Jackson Hunt takes the snap. Handoff to Ashton Gates as Ashton Gates comes back into the game. And he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And I got to give a little shout out to this Mountain Ridge offensive line. Haven't seen any pancakes necessarily, but seen a ton of effort. On that one, you see number 66, Jaden Stockbrand, the guard, staying engaged on his man, almost 5-10 yards away from the ball. Just love to see it.
Third down coming up here. Ball on the 40. They need 25 for the first down.
Is that all?
We'll see if the Sentinels here decide to air it out. Hunt drops back. Up the middle to Dumas. Dumas with the catch, and it'll bring up fourth and long for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
And an opportunity for a decision from Coach Robbins. If you're just tuning in, he's made the decision to go for it on fourth down fairly often in a variety of situations. Looks like they are going to send the kicking team onto the field for this one.
Long field goal coming up here for Aiden Robinson.
And the Sentinels line up for the field goal.
Robinson on fourth down.
Aiden
Robeson, the snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good! A deep kick from Robinson, and the Sentinels tack on 3.
Aiden Robinson, a flair for the dramatic as he made us wait to the very end. Find out if that one was going through, but it was tried and true. And that's 3 points on the board for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels as they drive all the way down and get a score.
Mountain Ridge back in the lead, 9-7. It's a 2-point game with 8:04 left to go here in the fourth. We'll take a quick step aside on the Rewind Sports Network.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Return here for the Pioneers. And a big return at that as Jackson Lattimore trying to find some room, trying to find some space. And the Pioneers offense coming back out onto the field after the field goal. Pioneers trail.
And Lehigh back in a bit of a familiar position as they were behind in the first half as well. But all credit in the world to the Mountain Ridge. I did not expect this to be such a low-scoring game. I did expect it to be competitive. But the Sentinels have never blinked throughout the course of this one. Anytime adversity's hit, they've faced the challenge and overcome.
Hollingshead back into the game here for Lehigh as he takes the snap. Drops back over the middle. New can't bring it in into the hands of New. And it falls incomplete.
Yeah, you can see the frustration with Brighton New. He knew that he had extra yards to run on that one, but always have to secure the catch first and foremost. Unable to do that. So now Lehigh faces second and long where they could have had it, in essence, a first down and maybe even an explosive play. He is such a talented player.
Second down coming up here for the Pioneers. Hollingshead in the shotgun. Two receivers line up to the far side. He'll keep. Runs out to his left. And the quarterback keeper gets good yardage as they'll spot it with a 4-yard gain there from Hollingshead.
And I like the call there from Lehigh as you get Hollingshead outside, get that defense pursuing a little bit. Maybe get them sucking some wind. They've been on the field quite a bit here in the second half. They've been able to get stops, but it is a lot of work to fight against this Lehigh offense regardless.
Big third down coming up.
7:44 left to go here in the third. Fans on their feet. Third down as Hollingshead drops back. Trying to get it downfield. He'll tuck. He'll get it out. Going deep, and it is incomplete. Ball intended for Glasgow, but the flags come out.
And I'm shaking my head up here in the booth because I feel bad for those Mountain Ridge defenders. There's just not a whole lot of options there. If you let him catch the ball, he's potentially gone for 6 on that. It looks like a busted play, but the reality is that Hollingshead just had so much time. Ball's a little bit underthrown. Defender just has no other option but to try and defend the play, and in doing so grabs Legend Glasgow, and that's going to be pass interference and a first down now for the Lehi Pioneers.
For the pass interference call.
Not surprisingly, smattering of boos from the crowd here, and I get it. But I think a lot of it just speaks to the greatness of Legend Glasgow on that play.
First down coming up here for the Pioneers. 7:34 left to go. Hollingshead will take the snap. Hollingshead with time. Rolls out again to his right. Under pressure. Trying to find options downfield. Steps up. Escapes. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. And gets good yardage there. Maybe 2 or 3 on the gain when it looked like he was going down.
Yeah, a lot of work for not a lot of gain. And I tell you what, huge amount of credit to Hollingshead on that one as Cash avoids a lot of debt collectors, will say, in the sense of a Mountain Ridge defense. But he has had so much time back there to throw, Alex, and that's a big change up from the first half where we saw that a lot of those Lehigh quarterbacks were under duress.
Second down coming up here. Ball on the 43-yard line. They need 7 for the first. Eka. And Eka finds some space. Finally brought down, but that's enough for the first as Tavon Eka. But the flags come out.
Yeah, I wonder if this one is maybe a late contact or a little bit of a scuffle at the end of that. But the shame in that is it takes away from what was a fantastic run by Devon Eka, and he's impressive in so many ways, but to be able to get 15, 20 yards running within the tackles, that's a skill that's going to translate at the next level. He just runs so hard. Kind of reminds me of Jalen Warren a little bit in that ability, where he just keeps moving his feet, and he moves those feet so quickly.
Big run by Tavon Eka. This flag, though, goes against the Pioneers.
Unsportsmanlike penalty. We'll take it back 15 yards.
hard for us to speculate up in the booth exactly what happened. More than likely some extracurricular activities happening after the play. We haven't seen a lot of that in this game, but a really timely mistake there from Lehi, and that doesn't sum up the entirety of this game, but it's been a big storyline for this Lehi offense. As they've started to get momentum, it's been little mistakes that have tripped them up.
Here comes Hollingshead on first down for the Pioneers, as Hollingshead will take the snap, drops back. Again, here comes Sentinel. Pressure, gets it away, but it falls incomplete as it hits the turf.
And this is part of, Cash Hollingshead's development. He's going to have to learn to slide up in that pocket, because it was a beautiful job of protection from this offensive line. We talked about it. Heavy group. They average almost 300 pounds across the front, multiple D1 potential players, and just not able to slide up and find and deliver that ball.
Hollingshead back to the sideline. Wyatt Bingham in for the Pioneers. Bingham will take this, or excuse me, that's Hollingshead. I saw a 5. Eka brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a tackle for a loss. Nowhere to go for Eka.
Yeah, you see that Lehi trying to catch that Mountain Ridge defense off guard, but I've been really impressed with this unit. You see Titan DeYoung coming in as it's 3rd and long, obviously in an attempt to put some pressure on that defense, or at least simulate pressure. And right now, this Mountain Ridge defense has all the momentum in this series. They have stood up to the challenge, put pressure on Lehi. If I'm Lehi and Cash Hollingshead, I'm looking for 6, not just the end zone, but the number 6.
Hollingshead drops back. Hollingshead going deep, and it's batted away. It falls incomplete on 3rd down. Way to go, Cutler Whitaker, getting your hands up and batting that away.
Yeah, great job there by Cutler Whitaker. Dropping deep into coverage there. And Lehi, they run a lot of air raid concepts, trying to work that middle of the field. And you really have to be pinpointing with the accuracy, especially when a team's running zone. Fans at home probably didn't get the same view I had. They had Legend Glasker open on the backside, but again, Hollingshead has struggled with the pressure and struggled with the decision-making. It's part of the growth with a young quarterback.
Hammond will boot this one away, but prior to the whistle, as we have flags coming out. See what the call is here, as Hammond trying to boot that one away.
Before the punt.
5:37 left to go.
5 minutes, 37 seconds left.
Sentinels call a timeout prior to, and that's another TJ Olson insurance timeout taken by the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. And so with 5:37 left to go, Sentinels lead at 9-7. We'll take a quick step aside as well. I want to welcome you back after the timeout taken. Hammond will punt this one away, as that one will go out of bounds and out. Good pin there from Hammond. Believe that ball went out at the 8 or 9 yard line. We'll see where the spot is, but Sentinels here will be backed up to start their drive.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit during the break. There have been a lot of penalties, not a lot that I've disagreed with, but I will say this. Our officials has been very casual with the speed at which they spotted the ball. Might be the only one that's complaining about that. So it's a little fourth wall action for the folks at home, letting you know what life in the booth is really like. There's also snacks up here.
Yeah, big shout out to Mountain Ridge today. They set us up inside. It's a hot day. It's very warm, and so they gave us a little bit of shade, but now it feels great. The night is young. The breeze is out. So big shout out to Mountain Ridge for a phenomenal setting here.
Yeah, and a big shout out to Mountain Ridge for putting on a phenomenal effort, as well as we have a 9-7 affair here with 529. I can call that 5:30 left in the fourth.
Hunt gets this one away on the screen to Gates. Gates has room up the sideline, and Gates brought down. That should be a first down for the Sentinels.
Boy, Gates had an absolute wall in front of him on that one. It's a great play call by Coach Robbins and his staff. They're able to get the first down, backed up against deep in their own territory, and just a great call, great execution. I felt like Gates might have been able to break that for even more. Just twisting and turning there, trying to get defenders to miss.
Under 5 left to go now in the fourth. Sentinels with possession. Sentinels with the lead. Hunt. He'll hand it off to Ofisa, and Ofisa gets 2 on the game.
And whatever halftime adjustments are overrated. Let's just go ahead and start out with that. But whatever adjustments Lehi has made are paying off here in the late stages of this game in their run defense. They have been much more effective at stopping those first and second down runs. Right now, a little bit of pressure, though, on this Lehi defense. They need to get a stop.
Second down coming up now for Hunt as he takes a snap, drops back, gets it out quick. Dumas with the catch. Fabrizio there to meet him. But Graydon Dumas, maybe 3 on the gain. And the Mountain Ridge Sentinel faithful here at home, they want a flag.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if maybe the result of the play doesn't play into that a little bit there. It was just a little bit excessive, but at the same time, a huge shout out to Trayson Fabrizio on that one. Immediately read it, got to the ball quickly while Dumas was able to make the catch. The damage was really negated by his smart play.
3:40 left to go. Hunt.
Hunt drops back. Pioneers showing pressure.
And we'll have a flag come out, as I believe maybe a false start here.
Yeah, this is not going to go over with the home fan base very well. Again, the back judge seeing some kind of movement up front. It didn't look like they were set for long enough to where that could be an action, but sometimes it's a snap infraction. It's hard for us to be able to tell. We don't get a lot of information from the officials up here in the booth.
This will push the Sentinels back. It's a third down. They need 8 for the first. Ball on the 22. Jackson Hunt lined up in the shotgun. Hunt drops back. Hunt gets it out to Ofisa. Ofisa trying to take it up, and he'll be met by the Pioneers.
I haven't talked about it very much, but I'm really impressed with this Lehi defense, their ability to break down and tackle. And again, we mentioned him earlier, but it was Paul Unga on that one making the tackle. Number 26 there, as he trots off the field, does a great job, again, of making sure he brings down the ball carrier before a big gain.
Hunt stays on the field here on 4th down. Trying to get them again on the hard count. And just watching this play clock wind down with 4, with 3, with 2, with 1, and the timeout taken by the Sentinels. And so with 2:18 left to go, we have a stoppage in play. 9-7 the scoreline. Sentinels lead it. And a big 4th down coming up. Want to remind you that Lehi football here on the Rewind Sports Network brought to you by Aloha Orthodontics and Advanced Orthopedics. Advanced Orthopedics are the official team doctors and medical providers for Lehi Athletics. Advanced Orthopedics have been bringing collegiate level care to the community for 10 years. They focus on both surgical and non-operative treatments for patients and athletes of all ages and skill levels. Go to advancedutah.com to learn what they can do to help you feel better. I also want to give a shout out to Camson Electric. Need a spark? Camson Electric lights up homes and businesses with expert service and serious style. From upgrades to installs, we do it all. Visit CamsonElectric.com and bring your vision to light.
These guys do so much for our boys on the field.
At Sentinels Timeout, brought to you by TJ Olson Insurance. Robinson, who got the go-ahead field goal earlier,
Sentinels line up to
on now to punt this one away on 4th down. Ball punted away. A big kick Glasgow with the fair catch. And now here come the Lehi Pioneers offense.
Yeah, it looked like Legend Glasgow may have had a little bit of room there where he could have tried to do something, but he makes the smart play, Alex, and sometimes you just have to point that out. Secures the ball, makes the catch, gives Lehi this opportunity with 2:11 left to go down the field and score. And I honestly did not think we would be in this situation tonight with the score 9-7. Did think this was going to be a competitive one, but I tell you what, this is what it's all about. A great effort tonight from this Mountain Ridge defense. Do they have one more stop in them? As we see Cash Hollingshead comes out for the Lehi Pioneers at quarterback.
Look, these are two incredibly amazing offenses going head-to-head tonight, but it's been the defense tonight who have been impressive. That one into the hands and incomplete, intended for Vi Kayo, but it hits the turf.
Yeah, and Vi just bobbled that a little bit, and they got away from him, hit him in a plenty good spot where he could have caught it, but just not able to secure the catch. Would have been enough for a first down, but I like the decision-making from Cash Hollingshead.
Second down coming up. Hollingshead steps up in the pocket. Hollingshead with space. Hollingshead slides down, and we'll see where the spot is. It'll be short of the first down.
Yeah, I like the decision there. He's not just sitting back in the pocket, and Lehi's up in a no huddle, ready to go, trying to get this first down.
Hollingshead here on third. Will drop back. Pressure coming. And he's going to be sacked. Oh, what a massive, massive play by the Sentinels defense.
Just a fantastic job by Cole Uluave. Haven't had an opportunity to call his name much tonight, but number 6 comes in off the edge and gets the sack. Now Lehi will take a timeout as they talk it over and trying to decide what to do here. 4th and long, but just a phenomenal play by Mountain Ridge's defense, as we said all night long. Phenomenal effort there by Cole Uluave.
Big, massive, humongous decision coming up here for Lehi. Obviously, you're down by 2. You need the first. With 1:33 left, with 1 timeout left. Let's see what the Pioneers here can do.
And 5 seconds added to the clock. There's 1:36 left here. As Lehi comes back onto the field out of the timeout, and this is a monstrous 4th down here. The fans are on their feet. We can hear it up here in the booth. Big 4th down coming here.
This could be for the game. Prior to, I got excited, man. The energy was high. The fans were ready. We were ready, but a timeout taken. That's another TJ Olson Insurance Sentinels timeout.
Yeah, TJ Olson getting his money's worth on that timeout as well. Smart job by Coach Robbins as everybody's fired up, ready to go, and he kind of takes the wind out of the sails a little bit. Opportunity to get his defense all on the same page. Able to see what Lehi was going to do. Now you force that Lehi coaching staff into thinking about the call. Do you stick with what you had, or do you go with something different? You know, if you're Mountain Ridge, this gives you one more opportunity to coach your guys up. This is still a young football team. I don't want to call them inexperienced, but they just haven't played in this system, and for these coaches very much. And so it's a good opportunity to really build that trust and that rapport with your guys right now.
This part of the game, and a proud sponsor of Lehi football, is Jersey Mike's. You haven't had a real sub sandwich until you've had it Mike's way at Jersey's Mike's. Onions, lettuce, tomatoes, and of course, the juice. Red wine vinegar and olive oil. Get over to Jersey Mike's Subs and experience the Mike's Way difference. They have 2 locations in Lehi. 4th down coming up now for the Pioneers. This one could be for the game. Hollingshead will take the snap. He drops back. Has time. Gets it out over the top. Glasgow incomplete. And a huge 4th down play by the Sentinels. It's a turnover on down. Browns.
Jubilation on the sideline for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. We talked about it a lot this game. Where do you go when you need to make a play? Lehi chose to go. The legend Glasker, and just not able to get in the football. Looked like he had a window where if he'd been able to catch it, might have been able to pick up that first down, but just not able to finish the play. And right now, Alex, it looks like we have a massive upset brewing.
The Sentinels coming back out onto the field. Mountain Ridge up 9-7 with 1:30 left to go. The fans here on the home sideline on their feet. Everybody dancing. They can feel it, Brian. It's almost there. 1:30 left to go. Hunt will hand off to Ofisa. And Ofisa going nowhere.
We have under a minute and a half here, Alex. There's 1:23 on the clock. I'm not sure what the calls are going to be coming out of this one. We have one offside against Lehi on that one. But I do not believe that the Pioneers have more than one timeout left.
The ball moves forward 5 yards.
So it will be an offside called against Lehi.
1st and 5, Sentinels.
And unfortunately for Mountain Ridge, that stops the clock. So they're going to have to run another play here, and hopefully you're able to pick up the first down and secure this one.
Hunt, handoff to Ofisa. And Ofisa tries to barrel through. Maybe 2 on the gain for Ofisa, but the clock here winding down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. We'll have a stoppage in play.
It looks like it was Mountain Ridge that took the timeout on that one. Didn't ever see an actual signal from the officials, but
After a gain of 1,
Timeout Pioneers.
brings up 2nd down and 4.
So the Pioneers are out of timeouts. With 1:18 left to go on the clock. Want to take this time to thank Open Loop Energy, proud sponsor of Lehi football. Over 25 years of keeping mining operations running strong. Open Loop Energy, proud supporters of the next generation of champions.
2nd and 4 on the Pioneers.
Second down coming up here for Mountain Ridge. Another handoff up the middle to Ofisa. And that clock here will wind down.
On the play, but the clock keeps rolling.
you're looking at 3rd down here. That clock's going to go down to about 26 seconds before Mountain Ridge has to snap it again. So more than likely this is going to be the second to the last play of the game.
Again, Brian, I want to emphasize these are 2 amazing offenses, high-scoring, very good offenses. But today, not much going on offense. It's been all defense, and it's been a fun one. Oh, but, well, it's not how you want to see this one end.
Yeah, a little bit of scuffles there, but at the end of this, it is the Mountain Ridge Sentinels that pull the monster upset. We're seeing some celebration. Now we've got a cramp and a flag. The officials have stopped the clock here. Kind of a weird finish as Mountain Ridge puts the knee down and then begins to celebrate, but the game hasn't actually ended yet. And so we've seen the penalty flag come out. The officials are conferring here, trying to figure this one out. Like you said, Alex, this was a game that we expected to be more high-scoring and more offensive. And really, it was the Mountain Ridge's defense that set the tone early on, but this one is not quite over yet.
This one's going to go against Lehi. Oh, I guess we'll have offsetting unsportsmanlike here. And it'll bring up 4th down.
This is interesting because there's 25 seconds left on the play clock, but 32 seconds left on the game clock. So even as they wind it here, Mountain Ridge is either going to have to... Okay. Yeah, I think Mountain Ridge thought that they were going to get out of this one with the clock simply expiring on that one, and it was not the case. Again, the penalties stopped the clock. They changed the play clock. So if Mountain Ridge hadn't... the extracurriculars hadn't gone on the way they had, this one would have been over. Instead, this will have to continue for at least one more play.
We're still trying to get the clock sorted out. And
at this point in time, it's not an issue of what's going to happen. The game is, for the most part, in hand here as it's 4th down.
Still conversations being had now by Coach Robbins and the officials.
I think he's trying to get some clarification on what's going on with the clock, and understandably so. So, no, actually, I'm mistaken. I do not believe that this one will be over.
About a 4-second differential.
Mm-hmm.
Or, 5-second differential on the game clock and the play clock.
Yeah. And it is showing 3rd down?
This is 4th down.
Okay. So Mountain Ridge has wound the clock all the way down, taking a timeout. So now they will have to find a way to either kill 6 seconds or at the very least they will turn the ball over. I'm telling you, Alex, this is insane. I don't know that I've watched a lot of football. I don't know that I've ever seen a situation like this where the game was clearly in hand for Mountain Ridge at that point in time, but these penalties have completely changed the scope and the potential. So Lehi, in theory, has a chance to still get one more playoff. What an incredible turn of events here. I'm slightly stunned, to be honest. Now, for Mountain Ridge, if they're able to kill 6 seconds off the clock, that should get the game in hand. If they're not, Lehi will get the ball back with at least an opportunity to do something here.
Hunt and this offense coming back out here on 4th down, 6 seconds left. We'll see what the play is. We'll see what the call is. Massive 4th down here. Hunt takes the snap, and he'll just run it back. Gets it away. It goes out of bounds. And that's ball game. The Sentinels hold on, and they'll take this one at home. 9-7 the final score, as the Sentinels will improve to 1-1 on the year, and the Pioneers will fall to 1-1. We talked about it earlier in the broadcast, Brian. To be the best, you have to beat the best. And tonight, the Sentinels have beat one of the best.
Just an incredible game tonight. An incredible effort from Mountain Ridge. Exceptional on defense. They were strong offensively. Only the one turnover. That allowed them to score just enough points to escape with a win. And I don't even want to say escape. They earned a victory tonight. And as far as I'm concerned, Mountain Ridge has put their hat in the ring as a team to be factoring in during the course of this season, not only for region, but also for a run through the state championship. Just an incredible, incredible game. You saw the elation at the end of it. It's a huge, huge win for this Mountain Ridge program. Just the second game in Coach Nick Robbins' head coaching career. And what an upset here by the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
What a way for the home opener to end. What a way for, again, to welcome in one of the best in the state, one of the best in 6A. You welcome into your house and you walk away with a win here in front of your home fans. Phenomenal. If you are new to the broadcast, if you are returning, this is your first game you're watching, we are doing something new this year that is presented by Tab Bank. It is the helmet stickers. It's big plays that stand out to me and Brian that Dane and Jeff get to break down and talk about later on in the week. So for helmet stickers tonight, Brian, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, I'm going to take that fourth down stand by the Mountain Ridge defense. It was an incredible play when they needed it most. They stood up. It was 4th and long, able to get enough pressure on Cash Hollingshead. Ball falls incomplete, and Mountain Ridge is out there just enjoying the moment and understandably slow. Good for these young men. What a fight tonight.
I'm going to give my helmet sticker to Aiden Robinson, who, of course, kicked the game-winning field goal. I got to show some love to the special teams. I got to show some love to the kickers.
That was a great kick.
And so my helmet sticker, of course, goes to the game-winning kick by Robinson as we see the fans now storm the field. A beautiful sight here at Mountain Ridge High School. And that's going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. From Alex Napolis, Brian Brown, big shout-out to Tino on the camera, and from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. Everyone have a good night, and we'll talk to you next week here on KSLSports.com.